On this video, I want to talk you through how we created a high-ticket sales machine that has been able to sell over $200,000 in high-ticket services in its first 2 months. I'm beyond excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you in this training. It's something that people have been asking me for. So look, I want to start off and just show you some proof straight away. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me get you the proof and share my screen so you can just see this, because this is working in my gyms, this is working in consulting, this is working in our coaching programs, this is working everywhere that we have businesses, which is probably where you have. And if you have a high ticket business and something that sells at more than $1,000 and you just want to have those sales come in and come in and come in, this is going to blow you away, because I've never seen anything like this before. So look, let me share my screen and show you. The first thing that we're doing is we're running a very specific ad, and I'm going to take you through this in detail. You can see here at my gyms, we've got ads coming in at $1.89. There's been over 101 leads come into this, and these are real leads. These are people, and here's where the leads come into. Here, this is at Canada Gym. So these leads are just flying in, and we're getting sales all over the place. That's absolutely ridiculous to see that many leads flying into a gym. Because of this, we're opening gym after gym after gym, because look at all these leads. This is just today, by the way. Look at all these name, phone number, emails coming in of people that actually want to join. So the ad we did for that was really simple. I'm going to walk you through these different ads later, but I just want to show you how this works. This is our gym over in Canada. And so here is some ads that I ran for a brand new product. It's an $8,000 educational product. And you'll see here that the average lead cost is $10, okay, $10, which is a massive, massive, massive deal. And these leads are just coming in consistently, especially since I sold over 24 of these this year without my time. And this is a absolutely brilliant thing. Let me show you where they all come into. They go into here. So these leads, well, that's actually not the right one. That's the other one. That's the one that we were running. But look at all these leads coming in. There's where people are submitting applications, all sorts of things going on. But here's the one that's actually going in live right now. So look at that. These are all $10 leads for a product that's over $8,000. These people know the price when they're putting their name. This is just huge. It's absolutely huge. As I'm going to show you exactly how to do this on this call. And so the ad we ran for that, this is an interesting ad. I'm going to talk you through these ads and why it's so long. Look how long that ad is. So I hope you're excited. I'm going to take you through that as well. And I'm also going to be showing you this. This is one of our other businesses, how to create an FES Life. You can see there's 35 leads here in just the last week. And you can see I'm getting leads in for $16. This is a $3,000 product, and people are signing up all over the place. So look, I hope that excited you. And I just wanted to start off by showing you that, because I'm a really excitable guy. And this is beyond exciting when you're getting results. Over $200,000 has been created in our high ticket program, filling our gyms everywhere. And the breakthrough only happened last year. Last year, Facebook changed the algorithm. We thought everything was going to go the wrong way. We were struggling, and then we figured it out, and we're right on the front. This doesn't happen very often, that you get to be on the front of the new way of marketing. So you should be very excited about what we're going to go through today. You know, especially if you're somebody that really knows that you have a good product or service. Like, you really, truly know it. In your soul, you know it. You have testimonials, you get results. But for some reason, marketing and sales isn't working for you without your time. And I always say this to people: is fish should swim, monkeys should climb trees, birds should fly. You really should be doing what you're great at. Now, the problem is you're getting stuck and pulled. You're having to put posts on Facebook and do sales calls, or you're stressed and you're not able to serve the world. So at the end of today, I have an opportunity where we can actually do all the marketing for you. So you can't buy anything on this call. You can apply though. We have a program where we set up all your ads, we get your presentation right, we fix it all, everything. And if you're in Australia, you can actually get started for just $80 a week. So it's very, very, very cool. And I'll talk you through that more later. But before I get there, I want to explain what it is we've been doing, how we've figured it out, and why it is so crucial that you know this. For me, I built a $5 million company, and I thought I was on top of the world, traveling the world, had books, I was in a movie with Tony Robbins and the Dalai Lama. Everything was going great. Everything's been going great. But if you take me back to where I started, I had no idea. I had a water filter. My first business was a water filter. And I used to knock on doors trying to get people to purchase my water filter. I had a great product and no one would buy it. And then what happened is I came across a book by Chet Holmes. I've got it over on my bookshelf. And he said to me, like, not all customers are the same. He said, some are not aware. He said, some know they have a problem. Some know that they have a solution. Some are a product almost aware. And he said, so if you look at your whole target market, Chris, some are not aware, some are problem aware, some are solution aware, some are product aware. And he said, what you have to do is you have to give them info. You have to give them info to move them through the stages. So I went out there, thought, wow, that makes sense. That's simple. I'll go do that. So I did. I went out there, I got started, and I transitioned. My company grew. And anyway, we started into the solar panel industry, and we kept on moving. And within a few years, we're doing $10 million in sales. Now, what was great about that is I smashed, I made lots of money, and I decided to change industries. And I went into the coaching and consulting industry. And I thought, since I had created such success in the physical world product, when I came into transformation in this world, it would be the same. And I got a rude awakening. And I don't know if this is true for you, but I got a rude awakening. I see a lot of people, you move from your job to your business, or you move. I realized that it was very hard to sell the intangible. It's very hard to sell the invisible. People can't touch it. They can't grab it. It's very hard. So I tried it all. I was doing Facebook and Instagram and networking and meetup.com, and I was writing ebooks and emails, and I was just trying everything, networking and JVs and all these things, podcasts. And I was just going around in circles, getting really busy, really frustrated, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to be coaching. I wanted to be helping people. I wanted to change people's lives, really. And I want you to hear this. I just wanted to make great money, help people, and have a good life. I wanted to help people make good money, have a good life. Is it true for you too? So hear this. I'm reading neuroscience books. This is the biggest breakthrough. I'm reading neuroscience books, and I come across, I'm reading about the placebo effect. And if you don't know what the placebo effect is, when something that's inert, it actually is shown to create the effect or the desired result. And so I'm looking at this, and I'm reading about the story of this World War II general, and he ran out of morphine. He had all of these soldiers that he had to amputate limbs and arms and things like that, and he had no morphine left. So he took the morphine, and the morphine drip, the empty one, and he just put saline salt water in it. And he didn't tell anyone. So it still said morphine on it. I guess it looked the same. And anyway, the nurses didn't know, the patients didn't know. He was able to amputate limbs without pain, all these amazing things. And wow, the power of belief. And that's when it struck me, like, my audience just didn't believe that they could have the transformation. They just didn't believe in it. In fact, they believed the opposite. They believed it wouldn't work for them. See, when you're selling the invisible, you have to actually get them to believe that it's going to work for them. See, if you sell a water filter or a solar panel or a computer, it's pretty obvious that it's going to work for them. There it is. But when you're selling, like in our gyms, you're selling a transformation. If you're selling in industries that actually involve someone having to do the work to get the outcome, it's all about how much they believe they're going to follow through. Do you know some people don't buy from you because they just don't think they'll follow through this time in the gym? They just don't think that they'll follow through this time in your coaching program. So it has nothing to do with how good you are. It's all about them. And so I decided, I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run events, and I'm just going to focus solely on building belief so high that people would believe that they could do it. Then it was natural that they would buy my program, and it worked. I started running events all around the world, just building belief. That's what I did on my social media. I went everywhere, and I built a $1 million company. And this was in 2013, just building belief. I scaled it, traveled the world, spoke in 13 countries, over 130,000 people, building belief. At the end of it, they had so much belief, I'd say, hey, well, do you want to do it by yourself, or do you want to do it with me? But they believed that it was going to work no matter what. So then whichever way was just great. A lot of times they chose me, and it was very successful. And so through this time, I'm running ads and doing JVs and all these things, and I had huge success. And the success was simple. You'll know about this and how it works. You know, you run an ad to something that's free. You give them a free gift, then you give them some video. Then they come along from the video down to a presentation. And then at the presentation, you would ask them to buy. And you've all seen this model. The presentation would be another video or maybe be a one-on-one call, but that was basically it. Run an ad to a free gift, give them a video, give them some content, come to an offer, and they'd buy some stuff. And it was great, you know, like, and this stuff would change their life, right? And it would feel awesome. And that's what I did. And what happened was people kept asking me, Chris, can you do it for me? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? So I did. I said, well, I'll teach you how to create what I call emotional clarity. And I created this method, creating emotion and clarity, how to build placebo level conviction in somebody. And I've taught it to thousands around the world. And it was great. You know, we had done a few marketing consultancy, all these things going. We built a $5 million company. Everything is awesome. And then last year, everything changed. Last year, everything changed. In August 2018, we started off, we had $5 leads, and it's been $5 leads for a really long time. All of a sudden, like that, overnight, it jumped to $10 leads, and then jumped. And then suddenly we're looking at what has worked for years, suddenly was giving me $40 leads, and I'm stressing, figuring out what is it? And I'm pouring my savings back into my business, going, this is so stressful. What the heck is going on? And the truth is I had no idea, because it all made sense, the old way of thinking, but we didn't realize that last year the internet changed. Last year, Facebook got slapped with all sorts of policy things. Heaps happened last year. We didn't even notice. And so all of a sudden they took away all the things that we could use, all the things that are working, and what used to work just stopped really working. And so I was stressed. So I'm spending all this money on consultants trying to figure it out. And I'm sitting with this consultant that, you know, gets paid thousands and thousands of dollars a day to help people to sell high ticket sales, high ticket stuff. And I hearing what he's saying, and I go, you know what he's doing? He's just putting a presentation into his ad. He's just doing the whole thing first. See, this was such a big mind shift. I'm going to go through it and show you exactly how to do it, but it blew me away. Once I saw it, I didn't even take any of his stuff. I thought, wow, I see exactly what's happening. I applied what I saw, what I've been doing for so long, and I just had to reshift it. So instead of having, you know, thousands of people start at the top of the funnel and it going like this, and a few people buying down here, a lot's up here, down to the few, now a funnel's looking more straight for us. In fact, it's so wide at the top up here, and then it's from here on down. That's it. Because what I realized is before I was getting all of this and all of this rubbish, and I was paying to go and reach them, but now I could get this working. And I'll explain this to you more today so that you really truly get it. And so what we did is I'm figuring this all out, and through all of this, on my plan of my year, I launched a new product, an educational program, an $8,000 program, and I'm only selling it through online methods. And so I go, you know what, I've got the great easiest thing. I can go right from start, right to finish. So we applied ourselves, we figured it out. When we looked at it and we started applying this method, applying it, I've sold 24 in 2 months without my time. I haven't had to take a single call myself, and we've sold $8,000 product online. We've sold 24 of them. Huge breakthrough. If you've got a high ticket product, this is huge. We then implemented it in our gyms. We had over 690 people register for the grand opening of our gym in Canada, over 500 here in Australia, where everything's just taken off. And so I'm going, wow, everyone's missed this opportunity. And so I start showing it to some of my clients. And then the first client that I really went and I did this with, he put $300 in and made $6,000 out. And I tested it with another client, and she put $1,200 in and got $2,400 out straight away. And I'm thinking, this is amazing. And so what I realized is you have to build emotional clarity 3 times now. It used to be that you just get in, you know, you get enough there, some of them go through. But now you have to build emotional clarity 3 times. You first build the emotional clarity through your promotion, so through your ad. And I'm going to explain emotional clarity to you in just a second, but it's emotion and clarity to get someone to work. Then you must also have them experience emotional and clarity through your presentation. So how you present it, your video. Then they must get emotion and clarity with your product. This was game changing. When I realized this, you got to just do it 3 times. And so I realized what I've been doing, I just needed to change it and put it here, and there's high tickets, and it worked incredibly well. And so I started pulling this apart and doing it with clients. What this does is has people running to you that are the right people. They have placebo level conviction. They've literally got a belief that this is going to work, it has to work. And so it's absolutely mind blowing. So here's what's involved in the emotional clarity method, because I hope you're excited. First off, a person who's going to buy high ticket from you needs clarity. They need to be clear that you have the path that's going to solve their problem. They must be clear that you're the right person. They must be clear that they have a problem, and they must be clear the right product. See, they must know the product is right for them, that they have a problem, that you're the right person, and that the path is right for them. The next thing is emotion. They must feel the emotion of hope. The feeling of hope means something in the future is going to be better. They must feel the feeling of trust. The feeling of trust says, I won't let you down. Then they must feel the feeling of excitement. Excitement and nervousness are nearly the same one. Nervousness or anxiety is when you see it going wrong. You see a future event you're doing going wrong. Excitement, you see a future event going right. Hope, excitement, and the last one, hope, trust, excitement, and urgency. Urgency. And what I realized is if someone was urgent, they have to do it now. If they felt excitement, if they got trust, hope, and then these I've been teaching this for over 5 years now, and this is what creates a buyer. And so the huge breakthrough is what this does is this creates placebo belief. This creates the placebo. This creates that placebo level conviction. And what's great about the placebo conviction is if they believe so strongly it's going to work, then half the job is done. When you're in high ticket, half the job is done when they believe strongly it's going to work. Then you just show them your system and it works. And so I'm super excited to be talking to you. You have a high ticket product. You want to get it out there. You'd like it to be automated, and you'd just like your marketing to be done for you. Well, we've figured it out. And if you're in the fitness industry, the healing industry, a coach, consultant, this is really cool. Here's the big problem. The big problem is you don't have any sales that are automated. And you're stuck on this entrepreneur treadmill where you're just running and you're not creating something that's going to work without you. And it's frustrating to me because I know you've got mastery in one area, but what you do is you keep on trying to do everything else that's not your mastery, and it's not working. And it's not because it doesn't look right. Look, I get it. Your funnel looks right. You know, your ad looks right. Your offer looks right, but it's missing the engine. It's like a Ferrari without an engine. It's going to take you nowhere. And that's a big mistake. The next thing is I see people that are just not building belief in their audience. Everything looks good, but their audience doesn't believe. So the only way that they can sell is you actually have to get on the phone and talk to them. The person doesn't believe. They can't sign up without you there because the belief isn't there. They only can get the belief from you on the phone, so you can't sell high ticket without you. The next mistake is you've had bad mentors and coaches, and I say it bad because the amount of people out there that don't have a team, you know, they don't have any staff, they haven't built a business past a couple $1 million, they haven't been in the game very long, they just don't have mastery. When changes happen, they don't understand, they can't figure it out, they can't fix it. They're not running enough traffic. They haven't been doing it long enough. The amount of people I see who just haven't been doing it even 1 or 2 years, let alone 16 like me, that they just haven't. Another thing is you don't have automated sales because you think that referrals are the way to go. You know, to me, referrals are like the jackpot. It's like playing, it's like playing those slot machines. You know, you never know when you're going to win. And so they're good, but they just don't give me any peace of mind, and same with organic. You never know when organic marketing is going to work for you. You've really got to shift over to paid. And the reason is when you're paying, you can predictably generate and know what you're going to get. You know you're paying and you know your numbers. And when it crept up last year, we're still doing 200,000, 300,000 a month, but I'm seeing this ad cost creeping up so I can see it. Whereas there's this other creep you can't see, which is when you're creeping too much time on social media and getting nothing from it. The next mistake is that you just rely on you, You never made it a priority to build a system that sells your product without you, because honestly, you like the control of doing it yourself. And I hear this all the time. And it's because most people come from an employee background, you see. And because of that, they think if they do it, they have control, they don't have to rely on anyone. But what happens is they end up building themselves a prison. They started out to have a business, got them freedom. And the truth is they just end up being stuck in it, and it's worse. And so what you've really got to do is you've got to create an automated sales system that creates belief and placebo level conviction inside a human being, so they run to you and they apply to work with you. Now, this is really important. So I'm going to really zoom up for this, because it's all about understanding that you must create conviction in both the left and the right hemisphere of the brain, okay? So both the left and the right. Now, the thing is that not everyone is going to perceive information the same, okay? So I hope you guys can see that. My pen's not really good right now. Is some people need the big picture, and some people need the details. Okay, and so you got the big picture and the details. And shout out to Matt Church, who I first saw this from. Absolutely awesome. And so over here, we have big picture and right. Okay, so the first thing that they have to hear is a problem to solution story. Okay, the right brain first must hear a problem to solution story. I'm going to explain exactly how to do this. So that gives it firstly. After you do that, then you move over to this quadrant here. And this is now, so now the right brain goes, wow, there's a problem and there's a story. I enjoyed it. I'm engaged. Now the left brain needs to go, well, what do I need to do? So you need to give them your model, your steps. Okay, so I always say this is the steps, or this is a model that the left brain needs to understand. Where are we going? What are we doing? So now it's got the big picture, problem, solution, story, and then where are we going? What is the big stuff for the left brain? Then after we do that for the left brain needs more details. So it comes down here, it needs how to, it needs facts, and it needs stats. So then we back up with stats and facts, and then we move over here to right brain, okay? This is case studies. This is case studies. And then this is also, let's get started. Okay, let's start doing it. Okay, now this quadrant is something that I work through with my clients, is to make sure, okay, what's the problem solution story? What is the big picture that explains the destination? What is the how-to steps down here? And then what is the proof that backs it all up? Now, when you understand this and just how cool it is, what you're going to notice is that people simply get it. They go to you, they go to your sales page, and they spend a lot more money on high-ticket things without your time. If you don't do this, you really are going to miss out on the ability to make sales without your time. And you're likely missing one of these or not got it right. And that's what we do when we work with people, is we get all this right so that we cover everyone's questions. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, the first thing is we've got to get in and do magnet. Well, I might just leave that up there. We've got to get your promotion right, okay? Now, the old way of doing a promotion was click, bait, and switch. Get low quality, high volume clicks, and just get a ton of clicks across to a page. Let the landing page do some work, take some calls, make some sales. Facebook hates that, and it doesn't work anymore. Here's why. Facebook does not like to have someone click off their site and then come back. That bounce rate is not a good thing for Facebook, okay? It will give you low relevance. It will hardly show your ad to anyone because Facebook wants a good user experience. So this is like a complete rewire of your thinking. We are now doing, and I'm going to show you some of the ads now, We are doing way longer ads to actually qualify the audience member. Okay, now this seems counterintuitive. Look how long this ad is. That's a long ad. That's a long ad. Look at this one. Look how long that is. That's a long ad. The old ads are tiny, tiny ads. Just, hey, click here, do this. Now, you might think that doing a long ad like that is crazy. Well, first what happens is it gets a little bit expensive because not that many people click. But then Facebook finds out who the people are that are clicking and just finds them for you. And Facebook loves this because everyone who clicks, if they've read all of that, then click, everyone who clicks wants what's on the next page. And this is the first big difference that we have to actually make in what you're doing. See, the new way is quality, engaging content. So here's what we do. We have a breakthrough story. What's the big breakthrough? Then we share the big steps here, okay? And then we're going to share a client result. So in the ad, you're going to do here, here, and here, and you're going to get them to click to get the how-to strategy, okay? That's huge. I'm going to help you do it in a second. Number two, once we've got the promotion, the right people, think about it. Now it's engaged, targeted traffic rather than just spray and pray. Like now it's good stuff. Now we do the converting presentation, high converting. And so the old way is hold back all the information on the presentation and then sell, 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 sell. So the presentation actually wasn't any value. The new way is you give them the full plan, like I'm doing right now. If you give someone the plan, they're always going to ask for more. You give them the plan, you teach them, because guess what? Most people don't actually want to do it. So we're out of the information age, we're into the transformation age. And so what we do here, again, we start up here, we do the problem solution story on the presentation again, but this time we come straight down into the strategy. And then we back it up over here with full case studies. So the old one, so the one before this, the promotion, we do is the breakthrough story, the model, and then client results. When we get onto the presentation, we do the problem solution story, the how-to strategy, and then case studies. Why I'm telling you this is because they fit into different quadrants. Detail, right brain, big picture, left brain, it's all scientific, and it just makes it work. In fact, the third step is you do this again with an irresistible product. The old way is we would have a product that was just information only, and we would push it and push it and push it. The new way is you've already given them the information. So your product is around a transformation. It's around implementation, and they apply because they have such belief. So here's how your product works. The first thing is you start here, okay? You start with a success story. Then you're going to give them a personal plan. So now you give them a personal plan, and then you're going to share the ROI, the return on investment. Here's what's brilliant about this, is you go left brain, right brain, big picture details 3 times. Left brain, right brain, big picture details. Left brain, right brain, big picture details. You do it this way because we understand that a human being needs to move away from pain and towards pleasure. So we need to have a problem solution story. A human being must get that, must have the emotion, must feel hope, excitement, and urgency. So we build these into our stories. You also must have clarity. They must understand where they're going, big picture steps, and then all the details. They must have clarity, and then they must have proof. Look, when you get this right, you'll be like me, 20, 30, 40 sales every couple of months at high ticket without your time. It is incredible. So look, I wanted to make this quick. I wanted to make it short. So fish should swim, monkeys should climb trees, birds should fly. It's likely that you're not a high ticket automated sales marketing expert. Luckily, we are. I have a team of amazing professionals who have been doing this for a very long time. We're based here in Australia, all around the world, and we can help you to get this right. And I'm super excited. So if you think to yourself, you know what, I really want to start with this, we can take on about 5 people a month and we can make this happen. And we have an amazing situation set up right now that if you're in Australia, you can actually get started with us with a deposit and $80 a week. It's really easy, but we can talk you through that in another time. So If you want to talk about it, you can just apply. We can have a longer conversation. If you were to start with us, here's how it would look. Week one, we're going to be all about you. We want to know your hidden market. We want to see your business, and we want to find the opportunity for you to become a big fish in a small pond. Number two, we're going to do market research. So once we've chosen that market, now we're going to research it, and we're going to come up with what is that breakthrough story that you have? What are your steps? What are your this? What is it? Then we're going to create a no-brainer offer. We're going to create an offer that just makes so much sense to the person with the problem that they don't have to think about it, even if it is high ticket. Then we're going to show you your hero story. Create your story. Then we'll build out your steps, your proof, then your ad, then we'll create the presentation, and then we'll launch. Look, if you decide to work with us, you'll be like Colette. When I first met Colette, she'd only ever done $3,000 a month in sales. That was her biggest month. Last month, over $100,000 in sales. Every week, she rings me, telling me, Chris, I did 24,000, I did 32,000, I did this, I did this. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome to hear that. Or Angela Heretic, who's consistently with her spiritual workshops, filling them up again and again and again, doing over 50,000 a month. And by the way, Colette's a healer and a therapist. Or you might be like Damien. We were able to help Damien make over $70,000 in sales in his franchise selling by halving his lead costs, helping him with a presentation and get it right. Here's what I want you to know. I can show you videos of all those people and more, but if you would like to actually have a phone call and talk to us about this, we can take on 5 people. So you can apply. You can let me know below this video if you're on Facebook and write apply. If you're watching this because I put it up on the website now, then there should be a button that you can apply. Look, Facebook ad budget is included in our price to get you started, to get it built. We'll explain it all. There's no extra costs. You can start for as little $80 a week. We can only take on 5. If you jump on a call, you must have the ability to put down at least $1,000 as a deposit so that we can get started straight away. So that's a deposit that's needed. We can get results in just about every single instance. However, we do want to make sure we can get the results for you. So we need to have a phone call. We need to make sure we can get them for you. We need to be able to show you that we've already done what we're wanting to do with you in another business, so we can show you case studies, show you results, and yeah, we can get you started really fast. So if you like this, I hope to hear from you on a call, and yeah, it's time. It's time for you to create that automated sales system that I think you've been dreaming about. So I'll talk to you on the call. All right, bye for now.